Today is Tuesday, August 26, 2025. It's 9 a.m. Proof of posting, please.
The agenda was posted on Thursday, August 21st, 2025 at 2:50 PM.
Okay, thank you. Let's stand brief for a moment of silence, and then we'll have the pledge led by Veteran Service Officer Steve Hernandez.
Please join the pledge.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas, please.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, my state,
Okay. I don't see any members of the public here, so we will go through the public, skip the public comments, and under D is budget amendments. Under D1s regarding the FY26 budget. Francis, you have any comments or anything?
I do, and so I have an item I was going to cover first, if you want to do that, or if you wanted to open the, do you want to jump down to the public hearing, whichever?
I'd rather do the hearing first.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we'll hold yours until we
Yes,
come
sir.
back to that. Okay. All right, going to items D1B, public hearing for the proposed FY26 budget. At this time, I'll open the public hearing. And anyone wants to speak to the budget, please do so at this time. Good. All right, seeing none, it is 9:02. The public hearing is now closed. All right, under item, under consideration of the vote to adopt the FY26 budget, I would make a motion.
Judge,
Scott, I think we
this
need
is
to-
where she needs to.
Yeah,
If
she
we can
needs to,
pop
we need
back
to, we
up
need
to
to
A.
talk.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So go back, it tapped on, I'll go back to D1A.
Yes.
All right.
So I have, just wanted to touch summary-wise, just real quick, see if you all have anything else you want to discuss, and then there's one item we need to bring up as well. So,
Okay.
Haley passed out that sheet with the blue highlight. So this is, these are changes from walking forward from the proposed budget to today, if you choose to adopt this budget. And so these are things we've all covered with the exception of one item. It is in the second section, operating changes for information technology, the Tyler Tech hosted software line. And you'll see an increase there of $181,230. So, of course, annual Tyler fees were included in the budget. Most all offices will now be utilizing those products. And I know the implementation is ongoing, but we were informed yesterday that number is a little different than we had placed in the budget originally based on what was requested for that line. And so that increase is noted there. That's not something that changed with the contracts. It's just that we did not have those correct figures for this next year. And so, sometimes we have something that may be a what if. This is a definite, is in the contract, does need to be paid. So we felt that it was important to increase the budget by this amount. And so we have been voting on these items. If you are okay with that, if you'd like, someone like to make a motion for that specific increase to that line item
Okay.
to move forward.
Is there any specific, is this general, Tyler, or is this just like a specific module or node or?
This is related to the modules for the judicial case management side, the new products. And so I don't misquote, Haley's pulling it up for us. Is it for the
For enterprise public safety.
enterprise public safety
Okay.
was where the increase was. Some of those products are intertwined in the,
Right.
And so, but that was where that increase is,
Okay.
relates to.
I certainly don't mind approving it, but I would like for maybe John at the next regular meeting to explain it a little bit more, why this later date we had
Right.
an increase.
And I mean, is this built into these increases built into the contract? It
Well-
seems like we're always paying them more and more and more.
I know the contracts do increase year to year, or when the contracts renew. I think this one in the past year, because these are coming on board staggered, the price has been ever changing. So I don't think that the numbers that were relied on last year moved forward into this next year. And I see John has joined us, if you have some further questions there.
Yeah, so the reason this was found late is this was actually incorrect in the current year's budget as well. It was underestimated, and we knew there was a problem, we just didn't know where it was until we found it. The problem is the contract reads the total 300,409, I think, for the current year. And so for the entire Tyler contract, it allows for an up to 5% increase each year. And so that's what the new number is representing for just for the public safety piece, the enterprise public safety.
Other questions?
So you need a specific motion to approve the correction on the information technology Tyler Tech hosted software line?
Yes, that will keep it clear.
So moved, Judge.
Okay, is there a
Second.
second? Is there a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? No other discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
Okay.
Okay, I can,
So that's the only item I needed to bring it back up today. So I was just gonna look at where we left off.
yeah, go right here.
The last time we met. So up here, this is I wanted to do something just at a glance, just so we can kind of take in where we are. So this first section here, this is just what the tax rate looks like for, of course, the current year that we are currently in, FY '25. When you proposed a tax rate, we proposed that 2-cent increase. So you'll see there the total rate of $339,805. And then when we last met, there were recommendations to increase by 1.5 cents over the current tax rate. And so you'll see there the current rate of $334,805. And so then just below there, again, just to kind of put some perspective on it, I'm gonna hide this. So if you look at our current year compared to this recommendation, you'll see there how the ad valorem revenue number changes there. And on the right side in green, you'll see that's a $7.9 million increase in this current year budget. Of course, we're always looking at a current fiscal year. So what we anticipate collecting this next year. Other revenues, of course, grew. That's sales tax, fines and fees, all of your other revenues lumped in there. And then expenditures. The increase from the current year to next year currently is right over $3 million. And so through all of our discussions, that's where we have led, that's what that's led up to. Primarily, that increase in the expenditures was related to the market adjustment on law enforcement corrections, base salary amounts, and the step structure. It was a 1.7% COLA on all other positions. There was an addition of 5 new full-time positions. And then there were various increases and decreases throughout the budget that were just necessary for operating needs. And so all of that being done and having that increase fall right above $3 million. So, and then I have debt service here at the bottom. It's a given. We're already locked into those numbers, but you can see there that stayed pretty current, and that has been the plan as we enter these new debt issuances, that we're trying to keep that revenue amount stable. And so I just wanted to just look at that high-level numbers and then open up for any other discussion that you need to have before you move on with the next actions.
Any other questions or comments? I sent Francis and Dustin a email this morning that I thought the visual explanation that the city of Waco did, that was in the paper on the pie chart, was good. And it's, it kind of explains, on the expense side, where those allocations are. And so if someone was interested in really knowing more about it, they could take that specific area of the pie chart and dig in and do research on it if they want to. But it was visuals are good when no one wants increased taxes, but if they need to understand, they should want to understand what drove that. And so this will help do that. The other thing is a pie chart on revenue, which we've developed too. And so my suggestion was, after we adopt the tax rate and budget permanently, then we would put something like that together based on the 26 budget. And then, as you recall, we had a retreat back in sometime not too long, it might have been after the first year, but where we can go back and look at all that and dig back in it ourselves if we want to, only for the purpose of planning for the next year's budget, of course. The other thing is that the court listened to methodologies from different departments, including HR, probably was the one that was the most relevant in there, that methodology for determining what the compensation and all those things, of benefits, those things had in there. And during the process, we questioned that, even though we all approved the methodology. So this would be a good chance, if we want to look at a different aspects or a different methodology and calculating that, it would give those departments time to be able to determine if there's changes, to be able to work ahead of it so it's ready and for the next budgeting process, and keep it out in front of us. So if we had a retreat or something similar to that this fall, and maybe another one right before budget starts, May or something like that, it would give us a chance. If we wanted to change something, we'd still have time to do it before we really got down and hammered into the budgeting process. So just reporting that. And if anybody has any different ideas, I'm sure open to that. Okay, if nothing else, then I will go back to items D1, consideration of and vote to adopt the FY26 budget. And of course, the hearing was closed, and so I would make a motion to move to adopt the fiscal year 2026 budget as presented by the county auditor.
Do we need to include the changes that made, or is that?
So the way I've presented it is the proposed budget that was filed end of July, and then with the changes that have all been voted on since that time. So that's the budget that's been presented that you are voting on now.
Okay, so we have a second?
5 seconds.
Okay. All right, any other questions or comments? If not, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass. Under D1D is vote to ratify the property tax increase reflected in the FY 2026 budget. I move to ratify the property tax increase reflected in the fiscal year 2026 budget.
Second.
All right, we have a motion second. Now, any discussion? All right, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass. Under D1, vote to set and adopt the 2025 tax rate. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.334805, which is broke down to .305956 for maintenance and operations and .028849 for the interest in sinking, effectively, which is effectively a 7.11% increase in the tax rate.
Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion? No discussion, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass. Thank you. All right, going to item Z and additional items and discussions or potential action. E1 is regarding the voter registration and election management system. A discussion or an action regarding the selection of a new electronic poll book vendor. So Jared, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So just going to kind of give you an update as to where we're at on this, what I think we need to do, and how we're going to move forward with this. We're looking at getting a new poll book vendor. I've spoken with several poll book vendors, spoken with several counties, and I believe that the best choice for us is to go 10X's poll books. I've gotten a quote from them. It's going to be $98,350 for 50 new poll books. That's their iPad poll books. How we're going to fund this. So I know I talked to y'all the other day. I have Chapter 19 money to do this. And I've also applied for that HAVA grant. And the state is dragging their feet on getting that HAVA grant approved. We had to reapply for it just yesterday. So what we're going to have to do is we'll need to do a budget amendment to pay for this. And then once we have it paid for, once that HAVA grant is approved, we'll refund the county essentially with the state's funding that they've given us. So I don't know if you've had a chance to look at this or if you have any questions for me on how this is going to work, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Jared, the reason
Yes.
remind us the reason we're doing this because our current vendor is going out of business or something?
Yes, that's correct.
So we didn't have a choice on that.
We don't have a choice,
And
unfortunately.
10X, or 10X, or how it's pronounced, 10X?
Yeah, 10X.
10X is currently used by other counties, so we have some
Yes.
track record
Yes.
with them. And
Yes.
then, okay, and then finally, the contract has been reviewed by legal?
We're in the process of having them review that to make sure that all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted, you know.
It has, I missed what you said, it has or has not been?
And they're in the process of reviewing it.
You're in the
So,
process of reviewing it, okay.
yes. So this is all happening very, very quickly. I've just received these documents very recently. So 10X comes highly recommended from Bell County. They use these poll books. Williamson County, they also use these poll books. Hayes County, they use these poll books. I know Travis County uses them as well. Ellis County, they're in the same boat as us. I believe Hill County, they're looking at them as well. So
And they'll be for this November election? They'll be in
Yes, sir.
use this November?
yes, sir.
Training involved?
We'll be doing that training.
Okay, okay.
On all honesty, they're real simple. I think our poll workers are going to pick up on them real quick. That's the reason I'm going with this company is I really like the interface. The three that we looked at, honestly, it was kind of splitting hairs between the three of them. They were all pretty similar, but I felt like this had the best interface. I liked the company the best. They were real easy to work with. I think they also have a voter registration system that we will consider in the future that might replace what we're currently using. As we talked about last week, we're going to be using the state's database for now.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Jared, in looking at this price, what that 10X has, it shows a cost of $98,350.
Correct.
On the page following that looks like it's.
So that'll be the yearly contract.
Okay.
That'll be starting next year. So that's just kind of like a heads up. This is when it's going to cost on a yearly basis. If you look on the quote, both the Hart integration and the software fees that are on that yearly contract, that's rolled into this first year. So,
So the second year, we're looking at $9,000.
correct.
Okay, so the first year was putting all the,
Marbles up front.
yeah, everything,
Yeah.
all of the actual physical
Does the-
computers in, then it would be $98,350. But we also want to go ahead and approve it, because it's an extension of this contract, the $9,000 a year maintenance needs to be.
Yeah, I suppose we could go ahead and approve that. That way, when it does come up next year, my plan would be to present it to court, kind of like we did with the VOTEC contracts every year.
Is there a cost currently, a maintenance fee on what we currently use yearly?
Yeah, it was around 10,000 for just the poll books.
So it's pretty much a wash then?
It's pretty similar to what we're
Okay,
doing. Yeah.
okay, okay.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm buying 50 right now. I need to replace 70, but 50 will get me through this election just fine. I'm going to need to buy some more at some point. I'll look at what kind of funding I have available to us once that time comes around. But that's where I'm at with this at this point.
So you're talking about the 26 budget year? We don't have additional.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look to see what I have available to me in my budget. So,
Yeah, go there first.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Look in the couches and all that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay. All right, well, I would make a motion that we accept this contract with 10X for the books that will be provided for $98,350. And that in that agreement is the annual maintenance, training, all those things, software of $9,000.
Second.
And what we'll need to do, just real quick, is we'll do that budget amendment, and the budget amendment, I guess, will be approved next week.
In this current fiscal year.
Is that, we're talking about 2025 or 2026?
I guess it would be on 2025's budget.
So can
Is
you,
that right,
can you
Francis?
receive, are you planning on ordering these and then receiving them before September 30th?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if we're ordering and receiving before September 30th, it would definitely be a 2025 expenditure.
And I did visit with them, and this is told it's on by board.
I told you.
It is on by board, that's correct.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So, and we've got a place to fund it from out of the 25.
We can, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay, any other questions or comments? And did I get a second?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, keep with the theme, call for a vote.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Judge Felton,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Aye.
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Pass. Under
Thank you very
E2,
much.
thank you, Jared. E2 is authorization of employee benefits fee for services and related business associate agreement with Hub International. Anna, morning, Anna.
Here, an agreement we're requesting approval on for a new benefits administration system. So this is being prompted just by that large switch we're doing with third-party administrators for our benefit plans. So the court just approved moving to Cigna for our third-party administrator and the standard for our life and disability products. And so in previous years, our online enrollment system was something called WorkTerra, which was actually a part of the services with United Healthcare. We're moving away from them. And so that's prompting us to switch benefit enrollment systems. So working with Hub, they introduced us to this new system, and it seems feasible to go ahead and introduce the system, implement it in time for this year's open enrollment. And so we vetted the system, demoed it, along with the assistance of the auditor's office, who are large, they're heavy administrative users in that benefit enrollment system. And we both thought that the system would serve the county's purposes. The system is actually heavily used by public sector entities. The system cost is outlined there in my memo. So there's an implementation fee of $10,000 and a fee that's a per month per employee enrollment fee of $3.75. So that brings the total to $79,000 to use this system. If you kind of did the math there, it accounts for about 1,533 enrolled users in the system. The reason it's a little higher, just a reminder to the court, is that we also use this platform to store and administer retiree benefits. So that's not all active employees that's accounted for in that number. And that cost is going to be covered by tech credits that are included in our new agreements with Cigna and the standard. So both of those vendors have tech credits included in the agreements already approved. I'm sorry, not the agreements, the bids approved by court. And so that's how we're covering the cost. There shouldn't be an additional cost to be able to adopt that system. Another thing, it is a part of HUB's services. So the agreement is directly with HUB. And I know we already have an agreement with HUB that's $49,000. And so HUB is actually a part of an interlocal group that we were able to join with Ken's help. And so we should be able to satisfy the solicitation requirements. So we're in compliance. Their cooperative contract is with Equalis group. And so the agreement itself, along with that purchasing provision, were reviewed by purchasing, Ken, and legal as well. Are there any questions?
Any questions?
I guess through all of this, bottom line is this cost of doing this is covered not in our budget, but through the tech credits from Cigna and the standard. So it's not costing us anything out of our budget.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. I like that.
We like that too.
Yeah. Motion to approve the agreement, and is the agreement with HUB International then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, motion to approve the agreement with HUB International
Second.
as presented.
All right, we have a motion, second, any other discussion? No other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Pass.
Thank you.
All right, Dustin, anything else on the agenda?
No, sir.
Everything covered? All right, thank y'all very much. I just want to say how much appreciate how the audit and budget process went. Thanks, Francis, and your great team, and thanks to the commissioners for working hard, debating freely, and but finally coming to a conclusion. So thank y'all very much, and other than that, we stand adjourned.